Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 277 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about the benefits of contribution. Why contribute? Why should we contribute to anything outside of ourselves? Why should we do something more than just selfishly take care of us? And we're going to use the tool, the 7 Whys tool today, to help us answer that question, because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks we should do. It doesn't matter what anything or anybody outside of us says or thinks we should do. I remember in corporate America, everybody was always encouraged to do volunteer work, contribute, be involved in the community. And some people did and loved doing it. Some people didn't. And there were, and they weren't going to do it no matter what. And depending on the different stages of your life, you would understand that. I had one of my assistant managers there had 2 kids in hockey. If you've ever been a hockey parent, I have not been a hockey parent. I think that's part of what encouraged me to not be a hockey parent ever, and encouraged and steered my kids away from hockey. And they probably would have been great at it, because I know my nephew is, or was. He was in the state champ high school tournaments in our state, Wisconsin, 3 years in a row, which is freaking incredible. They won 2 out of 3, and they came in second the one. So he had an incredible high school hockey career, and that was fun. Now, I steered my kids away from that because it meant that all of your spare time, as those parents, all of their spare time was spent involved in their kids' hockey. And maybe for a short period of time, that was their contribution, was helping their kids achieve their goals and dreams. But it's up to us to decide what is right for us and how much we do want to contribute. But in order to know how much and if we are going to contribute or not, we got to decide, why should we? Or why would we want to? What's in it for us? We always ask ourselves, what's in it for me? Whether we do it consciously or not, we're always asking the question, well, what's in it for me to do this? It's part of our automatic decision-making process. And one of the tools I like to use, I'll talk about a couple of those things just briefly, and you can think about them for yourself and how does it apply to you. But then we're going to use one of my favorite tools is the 7 Whys tool. I will give Dean Graziosi credit for this. And I can't remember who he said he learned it from. He got it out of a mastermind, one of his, 6-figure plus masterminds that he was involved in. And so many of us have heard of the 5 Whys exercise and done that. And I've done that for years. And like he said, I was skeptical as he was when he started using and asking 2 more whys. Just all you do is you ask, what is it that you want? And then why do you want it? And then after you get that first one, you're like, well, why do you want that? 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 And in today's write-up, I let ChatGPT do 7 Whys, and it came up with a different perspective of 7 Whys and how to get deep on this particular exercise, which I thought was really interesting because I don't think I've thought of that before or looked at it before that way. So I love seeing different points of view and different ways of looking at things, because it stimulates my thinking and gets me to ask those deeper questions. So today, why do I want to contribute? And maybe you're going to ask a specific question. Why do I want to contribute to the Heart Association? I had a sudden cardiac arrest in 2010. So for a lot of years, I did work with and helped out the American Heart Association. So why do you want to do that? Well, I wanted to do it because I had a personal experience, and I'm here today probably because of some of the work that they have done. But we just ask ourselves a series of 7 Whys. And I've warned people, and I warn them all the time when I first share this exercise with them, don't be surprised if you get down to some really deep stuff that you totally don't even remember anymore. For some reason, those 2 more whys, and you can ask as many whys as you want, right? I don't think 7 is the magic number. I don't think 5 was the magic number. It was just super effective. And so the person that originally made it up and taught it stopped there, and then everybody else just copied it and stopped there. Well, then somebody else said, well, if I ask why 2 more times, I get deeper and deeper. We could probably ask why 100 times and continue to delve into the deepest levels and recesses of your subconscious. But do you really need to go that deep to get a clear enough answer to trigger and clear that thing that might be blocking you? So what are some of the benefits? I'm going to grab my magnifying glass and have a sip of coffee. I'm still working on my protein shake this morning. I forgot to drink it all, which that very rarely happens. I'm pretty good about it because I don't usually let myself have any coffee until after I finish it. I usually don't put it on my lips until after I finish it, but I forgot today. So what are some reasons to contribute, to do something bigger than you outside of yourself? Well, number 1, personal fulfillment, right? It feels good. I don't care what anyone says. If you ever helped anyone in any way or shared any information or donated any money or been involved in a cause, you know darn well, just like I do, we do it because it's the right thing to do according to other people, but we also do it because it feels good. I swear I benefit as much from helping other people and giving value and putting value out into the world as I ever do people just giving me things. Some of us are better at giving compliments than taking them, right? Maybe that's part of it. But personal fulfillment, we build connections, we get skills. It enhances our skills and abilities to commute through communication. Guess what? If you're teaching somebody something that you know and communicating it, that is one of the fastest, best ways to really understand and learn and make it part of you. Societal impact, of course, there's lots of those as well. Community growth, addressing global challenges, volunteering abroad. I guess I wish when I was younger I had done something like that, gone on one of these volunteer, and they didn't have a lot of structure to those back then, and they probably weren't as safe, although people would probably argue that the world isn't as safe as it used to be. But volunteering abroad and traveling abroad would have been a really fun thing to do. Supports our education, right? And it's supporting education. There's ways to give back and support and help make the world a better place by sharing your knowledge and wisdom and lessons learned. And environmental conservation. There's lots of places and we're going to talk about more of this as we go throughout the month. How do you know who to contribute to? How do you pick the right, once you know what and type of contribution you want to make, how do you know? We're going to talk about all these things in more detail, right, than just today. But what are the benefits of contributing? Why do you contribute? Why do you want to? Why have you in the past if you have? Assuming, guess what? Most of us, in some way, shape, or form, by the time we get to adulthood, have positively impacted the lives or some other cause, whether we did it on purpose or not, whether our parents made us do it or not, whether we were required to by the law for community service or not, whatever the case may be. So what's our action item today? Think about, why do you want to contribute? Why do you want to do something besides just surviving yourself? Why do you want to do something outside of yourself to contribute to make the world a better place? Ask yourself a series of 7 whys, and then just share one thing in the comments below that you learned or were surprised at, or if the exercise worked well for you, or if it was no different than anything else you've ever done, etc. Share in the comments below, because that way we can learn from one another. And that is a form of contributing. Commenting and sharing is contributing. Sharing our knowledge and wisdom is contributing to other people, right? All right. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.